Episode 642. Let's see what we got here. I know I in one of the previous episodes from these rolls I have here on my desk. Um, Look, oh, that's weird, right? Some really dirty penny rolls. Let's see if I can see it through the top because I really don't want to do any. I'm not in the mood. Let me see. All right, I think we're okay. Sometimes you can't tell till you get them all out. All right, we're good. We're good to go. I wasn't in the mood for one of those. I just finished off the other part 4 from episode 638, which was I spoke about it in the previous episode 641. So I'm not going to rehash any of that, but I just finished that off, and I was like, oh, it's a long morning of making videos. Let's see if I can get a little closer here. And we're starting off with a copper penny Denver, a nice 1977. I'm looking at those marks under his chin. They're not. I'm pretty sure they're not strike through. I just want to make sure it's not a die clash. No, wow, what a clean coin, huh? I got the whole grading thing in my head right now. I'm thinking this is an MS, even though it's brown. Maybe those scratches might bring it down, but starting off with a winner. What do you think? Think this is copper? It might be. Yeah, 75. That's a dirty one, huh? Are we really going to hit 3 coppers in a row? There's a lot of copper in this penny roll. A dirty 74. I'll take it. All right, here's our first zinc. Imagine that. Yeah, I don't say that too often. A 93. So yeah, so I've been watching Rob's Finds Treasure again. Every once in a while, I'll get on the kick and I'll watch Rob Finds Treasures. And I guess, I mean, he does stay focused on the like he does his coin roll hunt. Like me, I'll talk about stuff, and maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. Maybe I shouldn't be talking, but I don't know, man. I mean, I guess the reason he gets away with not being interesting verbally, I don't know, like you don't get to know Rob and Rob Finds Treasures, you know what I mean? And that's, in a sense, that makes sense because, just do your thing and get the hell out of there. You know what I mean? Don't get to know anybody. Don't none of that. Just make do your videos, stay focused. And I respect that, man. I really do. Um, but man, that seems boring, man. Same thing, and the same thing with his subject matter. And I like his channel, and I like how he does it because why he gets away with it is because he fast forwards through the penny roll hunting or the coin roll hunting, and he gets straight to the finds. I want to look at the bottom of that 7. So he gets away with it by doing that and doing the coin man. All right, at the front of that 7, I'm gonna say that's a notch. Now, if I saw it some other place, I would say, okay, maybe it's, man, that is some notch at the front of the 7. Let me make sure it's not on any of the other coins, any of the other numbers. Look at the front of that 7, the top part. All right, let me go to copper coins really quick and check out the the 73 P's and see if he shows a picture of the front of that 7 like that. P1DO. He does not show the date. He shows extra thickness. Okay, a light moderate spread can be seen in the model Liberty and date. The doubling is more difficult to see in the later dye states. I don't know. Like I said, that's 7. Again, probably nothing. So I'll put it to the side though. So that's why he gets away with it. I mean, if he tried, obviously his videos would be hours long if he tried to coin roll hunt a box of coins. You know, they would be 5-10 hours long. But he's not doing any sort of deep inspection of any of his coins. He's just looking at the dates and he's eyeballing if any of the if there's any obvious doubling and even the mint marks for repunch mint marks, he's only checking certain dates that he knows that there's that's another beautiful. We have so far we have 5 copper pennies. So that's how he gets away with all that. You know, he has the sound effects going. You know, he has his little thing going on. But again, the one thing I would say, and it's not a knock against him, but it's a it's a it's a highlight of this channel is that, you know, you could actually learn something here. You know, you can learn how to inspect the coin with minimal tool. You see that on the bottom? Let me get a pointer. Almost looks like it's not a die clash, but almost, I don't know what it is, but you can see see the image right there on the bottom. Let me look at that under the loop. It's probably nothing. Yeah, so it could be something to do with the dirt or something. Whatever it is, it's very weak. Oh, it's a die clash. I think. Let me move the light. I think it's a die clash. So what would that be? That would be something from the front. Let me wipe it with my shirt just to make sure it's not like a little bit of milk. Make sure it's not a milk spot or something. I'm pretty sure it's a die clash. Super duper weak though. What would it be of? Let me turn up. I'm gonna turn the coin around and see if I see anything on the obverse. There are. Yeah, it's on the obverse too. What is that? You see these sharp little lines. I don't know. So let me show you. So right there, it looks like a die clash to me. Right there, right? But it's weird how we don't see it anywhere else, which means it would be over here on the reverse. And sure enough, on the reverse, we got these. Look, those could be polishing marks. Whatever it is, it's really weak. So I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. Could it be valuable? You can see, look, you can see the shiny shape. I don't know. I'm not going to get too deep into the weeds on that. So, for example, finding what we just found right there, in this case, it was not valuable. But one day it might be valuable, you know. Anyway, to me, that's important. Wow, look at this. That's a beauty, huh? Super black. I still check for the white AM. No white AM. And I guess that's the only I guess that's what separates my channel from Rob Finds Treasures is you have to use his mat. That's number one. If you're gonna coin roll hunt, oh, here we go. We got a 2009. It's really, really dirty though. I still hold on to it. You really have to have his mat. You know, it's unless you're just watching it like I do, just for entertainment. To see what he finds and stuff like that. But there's really you have to have his mat, and his mat is what identifies the key varieties. But he's not finding any of the um, like the FS varieties. He's not finding any of those. I mean, unless it's on his mat. But he's, as far as I can see, he's just finding the key varieties, and that's really it. And then, of course, he uses the absolute cheapest microscope available. They're like, I think you can still get them for $10 on eBay. I mean, they're good. Like, they're good for what he does. But I remember trying to sell coins, and I used those pictures, and they were horrible. So we got a 59D. So like I went out and I bought a better microscope, and those good microscopes are expensive. They're probably about $400 now. I bought it a couple years ago, and I did a video on it, and it's so funny because the whole economy was so different 2 years ago, and it's funny because the economy was getting bad 2 years ago, but now compared to then, it's just so much worse that it's just absolutely, this doesn't make any sense about what's going on with the economy right now. I could talk about that for hours, man. This makes zero sense. But when I go to sell my coins, I do have this great um, microscope now that I will use, because you really want to see pictures like this. I'm going to show you what a good microscope, right? So this is, I was looking at copper coins before, right? And that's the type of pictures you want to see if you're buying a coin or you're selling a coin. You want to see stuff like this, and then of course that's the information on the side, right? And this is that 73p that I was looking for, and you see how it says the date. But again, I don't think that was it. But those are the types of pictures you want to see, and that's from a really good that's good from a good microscope. Um, and I know I gave one of those away to one of my members, and it's good, right? It's good for beginning, for practicing and all that. It's fine, but not for selling pictures, or in my opinion, I mean, so my member Eric from Kenai Collectibles, he used a good microscope. Matter of fact, me and him have had the same microscope, and his videos show super clear pictures when he uses the microscope. So I that kind of I mean, like I said, he has a super kind of that's what I'm looking for. Simplistic process of coin roll hunting, and he makes it work. He just makes it work. He makes it work, and he does. I think he makes his wife probably does the editing, I'm assuming, and maybe he does it. I don't know. I'm just, like I said, just making an assumption. He's making the videos. Maybe she does the editing, and the editing is really what brings his channel together. And that's something that I need to work on with this channel. But here on this channel, what I try to do is I try to show people how to Look in the bottom of his chin. That looks a little die clashy, right? I try to show people how to inspect a coin through a camera phone. And that is copper penny number 7 or 8. So we might get 10 of them out of here if we got any more. And when I find something, I tell you what I found, if I find anything. Or if I think I see something, I tell you what I'm looking for. And then, of course, I use coppercoins.com with his pictures to show any of the varieties. And if you look at coppercoins.com and you see all the different varieties you can find, and then you watch, for example, or you have the mat, Rob Finds Treasure mat, you'll notice right away that he's only showing you maybe 1% of the of what copper coin shows you. So again, very very simple, very simplistic, a very rudimentary um, coin roll process. That's okay to a certain point, or if you don't want to go any further with your learning process, then of course that's fine. And again, I watch it because it's entertaining. But I'm hoping to help people here. See, yeah, 2000. I'm looking for the white AM. No white AM. I'm hoping to help people with their coin roll hunts and learning about getting more towards that numismatic type of learning experience. Um, using more a sophisticated language like notching. Um, I didn't the other day. I was reading one of these and it said, "Oh, what did it say? Wrote CW. It'll have a CW double dot." And I was like, "What does that mean?" Like I didn't know what that meant. I've never heard anybody use it. I probably seen it before, but I never. It was just a little too advanced for me. But now I could research terms and it'll make sense to me now. It wouldn't have made sense to me. So CW means clockwise, and I guess CCW is counterclockwise or rotate. It has to do with the rotation of the die that causes the error, the doubling when it was re-squeezed. So those are the types of things that I'm learning in my process, and using a coin map would have just muted. We got a nice 2017. I will hold on to that. Would have just really, oh, come on, extra V, extra V. I wish that was a V. It's just a little line. No extra V, fortunately. Oh, look at next to the V. I don't think that's where the extra V happens though, is it? Let me just check real quick. Nah, it's not an extra V. See how you get those little lines to trick you? Nice looking penny though. Anyway, I hope you found this penny roll hunt interesting. Um, Leave a comment, share your feedback, um, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless.